got it, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team count, that's a big number.
Not a day in my life, long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lap. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna blame me, no conversation. Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bed until we...
Okay, Coach, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of New Era Field in Orchard Park. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. 2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in Week 4. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Go. Ready. Let's go, D.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
11.
Luck now to throw. He completes this to Sutton. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion. And that makes this 2nd and 9. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Love. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. A run for Tony Pollard, the Memphis product. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, here's Love. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. The Pats at the line, ready to go. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
He's checking, he's 43, 43.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
1st down, New England.
Yellow, I've got little lady. Right there. I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear. Yellow. Right there.
Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes.
Big series right here. You got to step it up.
Steps away to his left. And he goes out right around the 39. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with no score.
Yellow.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he'll find Hall. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 38. On first down, Pollard. And he'll take this one down to the 36. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
58, boys, 58, Mike. You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, 43, 15. Come on, baby.
From the 36, Mahomes. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. But now it's 3rd down.
He's thrown one interception already, and that doesn't necessarily mean the rest of the game is going to go like that. But it does seem that he's a little bit off in his approach to this one.
Yeah, it does, and that was a risky throw right there.
Got to be careful about taking care of the ball, making sure you get back within yourself. I mean, those mechanics that they work on all the time, they're there for a reason. Kind of get back to those and maybe take...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now a big play to start off this drive as the shot downfield is complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. Kevin Byard up to make the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Lott. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a carry for Lindsey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Lott. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 25 yards that time. They'll run. It's Lindsey, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
I'm going to run you. 45, Mike. Go, go.
Out of the gun, Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. They'll run on first down. Pollard. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now here's Mahomes. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. That's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got...
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked off at the 33. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Philip Lindsay, the intended target. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Mahomes. Being chased out left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. John Simon, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Mike 58 right there. Let's pick it up. It's out of time. Get off the field.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Found his target, it's Anderson. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
Yellow. 50, 18. 58. Yellow. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 58 to Mike. 58. 58 to Mike.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends. 11. 3.
Back to throw. Love. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
All day, dog.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On 1st down, Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Josh Jackson. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Lindsey. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. That takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting them the way he's booting them, keep going, big guy.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Yellow. 180. I don't need to. Right here.
On 2nd and 15 now. Mahomes. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Trying to get it to Clay that time. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. It's a gain of 3 on what will be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Buffalo. It's been a tight, low-scoring affair thus far. 3-3 is our score heading into the 4th. From the 29, Luck. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. 3rd down here. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Luck now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Luck. Dancing to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Well, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Well, we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but a second field goal now makes it a 6-3 score.
Yeah, I know a lot of people would call this the definition of winning ugly. To me, this is gorgeous. I'm a defender, right? I love these kind of games. The tension is high. Who's going to make the play to win it? And right now, that field goal may be the advantage they need.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A good run on first down. It's got him very close to the line to gain, just shy of the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, it's Pollard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Charles Clay has tied in the intended target, and it's third down. On play action, it's Mahomes. Going for the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
11. Hey, Alpha.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck. He'll find Lindsey here. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Well, a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down now, Pollard, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations at 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Push him back. Sweat, easy.
On first down, it's Grant. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check, nickel. Attack. Check. Hey, red way. Right side.
They go back to Grant, and they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
We called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Check. And 58 is the spot. 58 is the Mike. Watch the run. 58 is the Mike.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to potentially send us to overtime. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. I'll tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Love. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a gain of 6.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Keep playing hard.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. They'll get 34 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes. That one complete to Anderson. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
They stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
You must be getting tired of seeing this.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. On 3rd down, Grant. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
Later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted.